Court, the movie podcast where Sean
and Mampy
watch shit, talk shit, and most importantly, eat shit. We are the law.
And guess what we saw?
GLAD2ATOR.
GLAD2ATOR.
The sequel to Gladiator.
Gladiator.
Number one.
And we did a special live in-person viewing just for the fans.
For the listeners, we're in the same car.
For the first time in
a long time.
Actually,
tweet at us at Food Courtcast. Let us know, when was the last time we recorded together?
Ooh,
in the same room?
My guess is...
It was like 2 months ago, right?
I thought it was Godzilla.
Gogeta.
Oh, maybe it wasn't. Did we do? I don't know. It's hard to say.
Have we seen a movie?
We have. Actually, it was probably 2 months ago because someone was like, "Did you move back here?" And I was like, "No." And they're like, "Well, I just saw you in a video." Like I was lying about maybe. I was like, "No, I just visited."
No, I just don't want to see you.
People always think that, and you're like, "No, I'm just." Well, one, I don't have a car, so I'm not
and
doing
two,
much.
I don't have legs.
I can't.
So it's very difficult to get around.
I can't get around. I literally can't.
So do not. Wait, what's the thing you do when you are mean to people who can't walk?
Prejudice?
Ableism. Don't able me. Don't ableize me. Ableize?
Ableize.
You're being ableist.
It sounds
Can you
like
ableize?
if Abe Lincoln's gonna kick your ass, I'm about to ableize you.
You're about to get ableized, motherfucker.
I thought he was pretty tough.
Yeah, he was big as fuck.
Yeah, the one.
And he used to cut shit. And he split rails, right? Didn't he split rails?
I heard he split rails. I heard he split minds.
Yeah.
Racial.
I heard he... Wait. Blow rails? Is that when you sniff rails?
Yeah.
Do you blow them?
Blow rails.
Okay, we watched Gladiator Part 2, starring Irish guy.
And...
What is his name?
I don't know. I'd never seen him before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, oh, newcomer.
He was in, I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, gay guy meets his dead parents movie.
I don't think I saw that one.
That's okay.
I saw Dead Guy Meets His Gay Parents.
Hey, Dad and Dad. How are you?
Oh, we're good. We're just ghosts.
We're Dad.
We're Dad.
No big whoop.
Two dads. Two dead dads. That was the name of the movie. I think.
Two dads.
Two dads.
And he's okay. He plays Lucius. He plays Hado / Lucius.
Lucius.
Lucius. And other people.
There's the lady from Gladiator 1.
Yeah, you might remember her
Blonde
from
lady.
her work in Gladiator 1.
I know of her, but I don't ever know who she is. I'm like, oh, I've seen you many times.
Yeah, she's an actress.
Who are you? What are you doing? These are the questions.
Oh, speaking of questions.
Oh.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
What do you think about GLAD2ATOR?
Let me answer in
Okay.
Japanese.
Oh.
それは最高です. That was amazing.
Psycho des.
So I liked it.
You know what? I really liked it too.
Hey.
The first time I saw it, I was like, this is pretty good. And then I saw it this time and I was like, oh, this actually kind of kicks ass.
Yeah.
This kind of fucking rules.
Oh, well, I guess this could be a spoiler. I don't remember the trailer. There was a moment where the doors to the Coliseum opened and something was happening in the Coliseum, and I went, wow. Now,
cool.
This is a movie, folks.
I think it is in the trailer.
Okay. Should I do it?
Yeah.
There's water everywhere.
Fucking sea battle.
Boats, sharks. I was like, whoa, we are getting wild
This
here.
is a fucking sea battle.
I love it. How did they get the sharks there? I don't know, and I don't give a shit.
How did they get the water to not drain out? Yeah, I don't.
The aqueduct system was unmatched at the time, and perhaps the sharks were lured into the aqueduct.
Yeah. I don't know.
They took meat and they dragged it all over the Coliseum.
Here we go. Here, boy. Here, boy.
Here, boy. Come here, shark.
They what they got is they got a little kid on a yellow raft, and they just pulled him. And the sharks are like, "Oh, I love eating little kids on yellow rafts."
Yeah. Meat's back on the menu, boys. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Nah, mean. Spoiler-free preview.
Spoiler-free.
This is the plot of the movie.
Tell them.
There's a battle. The boys from Rome are going to Africa, and there's also a white guy there.
Yeah.
And they're gonna fuck up Africa, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Rome's like, we're tired of your shit. Stop existing there. like most countries, they're like, hey, what are you doing simply being there? This should be ours.
Yeah, this should be ours.
And so they do, led by Pedro Pascal as Acacius.
Acacius.
Yes, okay. And this is a super cool thing that we'll probably talk more about later. They have a big battle. A bunch of motherfuckers are killed. And our man Hado is captured. And he's taken to Rome to become a gladiator. He will be taught the ways of death by a man you may have heard of named Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington.
And then throughout his battle, he realizes that he's not only fighting for himself, but he's fighting for Rome.
The future of Rome.
There's lots of people behind the scenes trying to depose the sitting emperors.
Yes.
There's intrigue. There's monkeys.
Yes.
There's sharks.
Oh,
if you're into any of these things, check it out.
you will love it. If you like the first one, I have a feeling you're in for a treat.
Unless you're like overly sentimental about the first one.
No, true, yeah.
Like we both loved Alien Romulus despite its obvious flaws.
Which they're there. Don't jump on
Despite
us.
its obvious flaws. And this, to me, has like a very similar thing where it's like, we're kind of doing a remix of the thing we did.
Exactly.
And crazy shit will happen. We'll say a lot of the same lines.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do about it?
What are you
And that is kind of so if you had, it's maybe not as egregious as Alien Romulus, but it is. There's a lot of people going, remember?
Yeah, there's
remember the last movie?
Oh, that one character, the main character. Perhaps you've heard of him.
Yes. Remember when he was 200 pounds lighter?
The man whose name was scratched off the wall. Yes, we all remember him clearly and know exactly who he was.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the spoiler free.
Yeah.
Because we got to start fucking spoiling
Close
this motherfucker.
the gates on the spoiler free zone. You are now entering actual spoiler territory.
You are now entering spoiler territory.
Welcome to Romulus. I mean,
Oh, Romulus and Remus.
And Remus.
It also
ties in.
Wow.
They both had the little wolf with the babies going, give me that milk.
I love wolf's milk.
This movie proved to me that even when you're doing the best acting job, if your line says milk, it's just goofy.
It is very
There was
silly.
a part where I was like, I think there were 2 lines where people say milk, and I went, that just doesn't sound
Milk
right.
from a whore's tit.
And then he's like, the milk of our brothers or something. You're like, that sounds goofy. But
we will be spoiling. We said we were going to be spoiling, but we're really going to be spoiling now.
Much like milk that you leave out, we will be spoiling.
We will be spoiling. Mampy?
Yeah.
What's the best part of this? What's the beef lamb gyro?
The beef lamb gyro of this picture,
Yes.
for me,
Yeah, sure. It's only
has
for
to
you.
be the one and only Denzel Washingtonus. Washingtonus. I thought he is eating up every scene. He was having a blast.
Oh.
He was having the most fun of anyone on that movie.
Yes.
Every time
Yes.
he entered the thing, he was like, I'm doing my thing.
I'm doing laughing. He's doing so many bits.
He adds so many flares where you're like, oh, he's just reveling this. He's like, oh yeah, baby. He there's a part where he like puts his hand on the 2 chairs of the,
Oh, yes.
I guess the
Like the emperor's
He's
chairs.
like,
It's like,
oh, yeah. It's amazing. I thought he did great. Loved it.
It's not my gyro, but it is up there for me.
It's great.
Denzel's great.
I loved it.
Two of my favorite things. The one is he's basically the boss of our hero Hado.
Yeah.
Or the kind of the owner of our hero Haddo. And he, spoiler alert, is a former slave himself who's trying to get back at the entire city of Rome and the Roman Empire.
And the dream of the slave is to become the master of one yourself, as he quotes Cicero in GLAD2ATOR.
GLAD2ATOR. But there's one moment when he's talking to Haddo and he says, "What do you want? I can get you anything you want." Well, he says it in the Denzel voice. Yeah. Like, what does Denzel's voice sound like?
I can get you anything. I can't do it. It's something like that.
It's something like that. And Haddo says, "The entire Roman army. I would like to kill the entire Roman army."
Yeah.
And Denzel like makes a face and he goes, "Too much."
Yeah, too much. I love it.
It's like one of those things where that is a nothing line.
Yeah.
In the script, it was probably a nothing line.
Exactly.
And he just like puts so much on it that it's really just great.
You can just tell he's from the stage and he likes to get into these characters and have fun.
He's
just like in was it Macbeth?
Yeah.
Where he just gets into it. I was like, he's loving
He's amazing.
This.
He often does very crazy things in the movie. At one point, one of his, I don't know, advisors from the council or something. He's some dude who's some chubby dude who's helping him. He's like, "But if they kill Lorelai," is that her name? If they kill Lucian's mom, if they kill the blonde lady.
Yeah.
But if they kill the blonde lady, the people will rise up. They love her. And Denzel's like, "Well, if they rise up against us, then I will take the other emperor's head and I will give it to them. That's politics."
Yeah, that is politics. I love the way he said it. I was like, wow.
He's amazing.
Eating it up.
He's amazing.
And he just commands it's like he's forcing the other actors to have to catch up.
Yes.
It's like really fun to watch. I was like, whoa.
Let's fucking do this.
When he sits down at the other table, he goes to meet some dude and he sits down at this other table and like motions to him and he's like,
the guy's like, "Come over."
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
His little power plays. There's this one part where that guy and him, he's a part of the Senate. This dude, he's been
Mr. Thrax.
He's been doing wagers with him to see who will win these fights, and of course, our hero, Lucian, is winning every game.
So Denzel too is winning.
Yeah. So Denzel goes to that guy's house, and he's like, "This is my house." I was like, "That's amazing." It's so good.
It's really, really good.
I really, really enjoy. Yeah, he's like, "I have your home. What I want is your loyalty," or something like that. I was like, "That's really good."
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Really good.
It's very, very fun.
You know what else is good, man?
What?
My beef Lamuro.
What is that?
My favorite part is beasts.
Oh.
There are many different kinds of beasts. There are sharks, which are maybe not utilized quite as much as I wanted to them, but still cool.
Some shark action.
There is a rhino.
Whoa, baby.
There's a guy who rides a rhino.
Amazing.
Which is fucking great.
Can't even imagine.
He like gores a guy and throws him into a wall.
That scene's so good. The guy's like, "Cowards," because they're like dodging the thing, and he gets like thrown and like impaled. It's like, jeez.
It's really great.
Amazing.
And apes.
Oh, they are
like,
crazy.
There's some that look like orangutans or something, or
baboonish.
Baboon. I don't know. Yeah. But the Haddo has to fight one.
They're scary.
And it's really scary.
Yeah.
And they're super duper CGI, but they work really well.
You're
like
just
they
whatever.
Yeah, they're like, I don't know if it's just King Ridley. But you just feel it, and you feel very scared and disgusted by them.
They're scary. They got blood all over their mouth. They got those scary teeth.
Yeah. Haddo stops him with a chain, and then rips the chain out of his mouth and like knocks his ape teeth all over the ground.
I thought he was gonna take the ape teeth.
He should have.
That'd have been good.
And then he takes a bite out of his arm.
Oh, that was wild. Yeah.
And then he chokes it to death.
Ugh.
And at dinner, then they make ape noises at him.
Yeah, all the
really
people like
all the fellow gladiators.
Yeah.
But I just think like all of the animals when they come on screen, you're like, oh fuck. Yeah.
Me.
There's, like, you hear in the first battle when they're about to battle apes, you just hear, like, and you're like,
God.
that. You don't even
Can't
really
be
know what the
good.
sound is, but you're like, that's bad.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was going to be.
And then they go into, like, the darkly, barely lit little cage that they're in, and they're, like, attacking each other, and you're like, oh, no.
Yeah, they're already
Those
bloody.
apes are going to be fucked up.
Some of them are fuzzy, some of them have no fur.
Yeah.
You're like, ooh, those ones are scary.
And then when when the rhino comes out of the little hallway, you're like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about this.
That is a wild beast to tame.
It's
I
really
can't even
fucking
imagine
cool.
it.
It's really fucking
And
cool.
that's not the only rhino. There's also a rhino at a dinner scene. Where
Yes, there is a dinner rhino.
And what I can only guess, they're scraping the ivory, I guess, off the tusk. Is that, do they have ivory tusks? I don't know.
I don't know. Tweet at us
No
at
clue.
FoodCourtcast. Tell us about
Why are they doing that?
what is a rhino's tusk all about?
What is it?
Why would you scrape some of it off?
I guess people
Why would you put it
do-
on a table too?
The poachers these days do
Oh.
hunt and take the rhinos, which is a big no-no. If you're out there, you're thinking of doing it,
Yeah.
don't do it.
If you're poaching right
It's
now,
not worth it.
listening to our podcast in the Serengeti
Yeah.
and about to shoot a rhino in the head. Isn't rhino horn one of those things where it's like, oh, it makes your dick hard or
Oh,
something
maybe
like
that's
isn't it
why.
one of
Maybe
those
they
things?
were like, yeah, let's get some of this so we can get our dicks really hard.
I want my dick to be hard at this party.
Yeah. Maybe that is why. Who knows what those
mean-
Romans are up to?
Back in the old days, they used to have fun.
They really sold the Roman party crazy life.
Yeah.
Like Denzel and Thrax meet up early on, and they're like talking about what the parties, and all of a sudden they're just like having a blast. Like, yeah, and it was like, this is wild. I bet
Yeah.
it was a debaucherous time.
The good old days.
The good old days, where you have someone chained to you and half naked,
Yeah.
sitting at your feet.
Then you'd have two people. You just have two slaves, two human beings, kill each other in front of you at your
Insane.
party.
Wow.
It's cool.
It's
cool.
It is amazing to see.
There are a lot of great fancy boys in this as
So
well.
many fans.
I don't know if, I don't know if they're gay. They might not be gay, but they're fancy at the very least.
Fancy.
Both of the emperors are very fancy,
Yeah.
and I like them. There's one that's I don't know what there's like Shorty and Tolly.
Yeah, Shorty.
The Shorty's got a cool gold tooth,
Yeah.
and he has a little monkey on his shoulder.
Yes, he
and
loves
he's
his
great.
monkey.
And he apparently has like syphilis or something and is going
Something's
insane.
going on, yeah.
And his brother too is really insane.
Yes.
And there's like one moment where the tall emperor is getting the power of the gods.
Yes.
He's like about to
Shaking.
decide if Acacius will die, and he's like, I feel the gods.
Which is so funny because he wanted him to die from the start.
Yeah.
It's like he's just like,
Yeah.
yes, the gods. It's really me. Which I thought he did a good job.
Yeah.
He looked very scary with his crazy makeup in that scene. I was like, ooh.
They got really crazy makeup.
Freaky, yeah.
In anytime they're at the Colosseum, they've got like this red eye makeup, and they're very
Yeah.
pale. They look freaky.
They look very freaky. I don't remember Joaquin. Did he look as freaky as that in the other one?
I mean, he
I
freaked.
don't remember.
He a freak.
He was a freak, for sure.
He's still a freak.
He's still a freak.
He's still freaking.
A super freak.
Can't stop freaking.
Uh-uh.
Also, Thrax, who is another one of the fancy boys,
Yes.
is really funny and cool as
Yeah,
well.
I liked his
He's just like a guy who seems to have power,
Mm-hmm.
who's being used by other people for his power.
Yeah.
And especially Denzel is really dragging him over the coals.
Oh, yeah, just using him.
Cool.
I like Denzel having this, like, broader plot all along. I thought that was really nice. There was a lot going on, and it kept me interested. I mean, as Sean knows, halfway through the movie, I lean over and say, is this a good time to leave?
Yeah.
I come back with popcorn and a drink because I was that entertained.
You gotta have... Hey, folks, get your popcorn
Get it.
and head out to the theater to see Gladiator 2.
2. You know, I had a moment where I was like, these idiots are killing real people all along. All they needed was movies. If they had just had movies, none of this would have been necessary. Because in the Coliseum, you can't even see the sharks ripping people apart.
I know.
And no one actually had to die.
Yeah.
So I think we've really got it figured out.
Yeah, we've got everything figured out. And as you can see, there's no more violence.
No more violence. No more killing. We do it all in the movies, in the cinema.
We've learned a lot from movies like this because we're like, what? We shouldn't kill each other for no reason. Isn't that stupid?
Yeah, I that's why I like. Well, this is major spoiler, so you should have been way
Super
gone by
duper
now.
spoilers.
But our boy Lucian,
Yeah.
when he wins,
Yeah.
he battles Denzel in an intense fight, which I love.
Kicks ass.
It's
Yeah.
so fun seeing Denzel like all ornate and stuff, but like going back to his like fighting roots and being vicious.
Getting his arm cut off.
Yeah, the arm cut off was wild. I also love when Lucian gets thrown over and Denzel kicks like fire ash.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is cool.
It's really good.
But then his
He's a
like
good.
speech where he's like, why are we killing each other? Like, just like try to rebuild this and not have it be shitty and fucked up.
Yeah.
Which I like.
I must say, the first time I watched it, I didn't think much of Haddo.
Yeah.
Like, I thought he was cool.
Yeah.
But I think maybe this was the benefit of just having seen it and knowing I would enjoy it and letting myself enjoy it even more the second time.
Yes.
Is like, that seems like a choice at least, which maybe I wasn't sure of the first time.
Yeah.
It seems like he is realizing that he has power.
Yeah.
That he like not only is like good at punching and stuff, but that like people listen to him, but also he's realizing that he's going from hating Rome to realizing that he could change Rome into like a paradise or something.
Yeah.
And like as that happens, he gets more charismatic. And it does make it weird. It was definitely weird to watch it the first time because he seems like through the beginning, he's just like, he makes his face doesn't really move.
Yeah, just like,
And just kind of goes, and occasionally goes, I will tell you poetry. But by the end, he's really kind of going for it, and I like that.
He accepts who he is. He's like, all right. Which I get. I mean, his wife gets killed.
Yeah.
And he's like, fuck, I don't want to
She's got like a cool face tattoo.
He's like, I just want to die. You can just kill me. I'm not going to do all this shit for you. And then the Romans are like, but we love that even more because you're a little wild boy.
Yes.
And they, I do love that scene where, so they have Lucian, or what's his name? Haddo is fighting against this savage guy who looks almost. I almost thought it was Mel Gibson when it.
Yes.
Up. I was like, well,
He looks a lot like aging Mel Gibson.
What the heck? That was really funny.
It would have been weird if they threw him away like this.
It would have been really wild.
Has Mel Gibson been in a Ridley Scott movie?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Tweet at us at Food Courtcast. Let us know, has Mel Gibson been in a Ridley Scott movie?
Who did What Women Want? No, I'm kidding. That'd be so crazy.
I mean, I feel like he's done movies sort of like that. He's done sort of romantic type comedies, hasn't he?
I don't know. I'd have to see.
Who knows?
I feel like Ridley's all over the place these days. But this one, I was like, okay, all right.
Did you see The Last Duel?
I did not see The Last Duel.
Last Duel's fucking amazing.
I need to see it.
Last Duel's, I mean, it's a lot more heavy than this.
Yeah.
But
pretty good.
it's still it's awesome. I mean, like, it's really, really awesome. But probably, yeah, it kicks ass.
I don't remember. Oh, yeah, they're having this fight.
Yes.
This is when Denzel's trying to really show off Haddo's strength.
Oh, yes.
And they battle for the emperors. The emperors are watching.
At a party.
And after Haddo's first, like, let's not kill for these dudes. Like, what are we doing? And the other guy's like, already, like, fuck this. I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
So he kills him and flips him over a table. It's pretty fun.
They do some wrestling moves.
Yeah, I love that.
He does like a Kurt Angle wrestling move into a table. That's good.
Cool.
That's good.
And then he stabs him through the head or something crazy happens.
No, he stabs him through the, like, tummy.
Through the tummy and then flips him over.
Yeah.
And the emperors are like, oh, thank you for killing for us or whatever. And he's just like staring him down. And Denzel's like, he only speaks his by the tongue. He won't talk. And then Hato gives this really cool poem, and I was like, ooh, he's like, the gates of hell are smooth upon the whatever. And the Emperor's like terrified. And I was like, it's, it's all good.
Yes, we are amused.
We are amused. Yeah, he goes, we are amused. Really
Thank you. We're amused.
It was good. That scene was really, I was like, oh, this is fun. I'm having a good time. That was when I first liked him as an actor.
Yes,
I was like, which is tough because it's like, how do you compete with Russell Crowe and the kind of legacy of Gladiator? So it kind of worked to have someone who didn't really like, it wasn't like a showstopper at first and then kind of built up on you.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of good.
I think also it's maybe it was just a conscious decision because he's in so many scenes with Denzel that it would just be insane.
Yeah.
If they were both insane.
True.
But, you know, maybe that wasn't a conscious decision. Hey, if you are one of the, like, 4 or 5 most important people inside of the world of Gladiator 2, Ridley Scott, Irish guy, Denzel. Guy who plays Thrax. Blonde lady. Tweet at us. Let us know why he like it doesn't say much and doesn't act very much, or doesn't act very hard.
Maybe Irish people have a different approach.
Wow.
They're like a little more muted.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Hey, obviously you haven't seen Finger Violin Friend. What is that movie called?
The Banshees of Inisherin.
Oh, me finger!
Me finger! I don't want to be your friend.
Oh, but what? We're best friends. I'm a dummy.
That movie is
I'm a great big dummy. And my other friend, Barry Keoghan. He's so dumb he's gonna kill himself. Oh, he's killing himself with dumb itself.
My sister wouldn't date him.
Oh, you don't want to fuck me?
That scene was so
I'm
brutal.
gonna die.
She's just like, I would never, ever.
I could, no. You're a weird little freak.
Yeah. Who's treated me very weirdly this whole movie.
Honestly.
And perverted.
I'll be honest. They've been trying to put you in movies where you're not a weird little freak, and it's not working.
It doesn't work.
You were born a weird little freak, and you'll stay a weird little freak.
I was thinking that in this movie, like the guy who plays the Little Caesars.
Yes! Little Caesar, yeah. He's good.
He was like, I was like, oh yeah, you have to play people like this. I don't know if you could play.
He's
like,
scared. Like he just has that energy of like a little weird, little creepy, crazy dude.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if he had different hair and didn't have a gold tooth, he could be like a regular person.
Perhaps.
But if you add that all up and he's like a little fancy little weirdo,
it's pretty.
You're like this guy's a nutso.
I feel like I've seen him before. But I cannot place where either.
Hey, tweet at us.
So many. I knew the tall one was the guy from Stranger Things and Quiet Place 3.
Really?
New York City. He was the like businessman who's like,
oh man, I totally.
He did a good job. I was like, well, you feel.
I thought of a good thing. What was the good thing? Oh, I thought of it. The emperors are at each other.
Yes.
Because what they did is they had a guy killed who everyone loved.
Yes.
And everyone in the entire city of Rome was like, mercy! Mercy! And then the other greatest hero in Rome was like, I will not kill him.
I won't kill him. Even though I wanted to the whole movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
And then everybody else is like, don't kill him. We love him. If you kill him, we'll kill you.
And they're
They're
like,
saying it in his ear. We're going to kill you if you do it. And they're like, kill him.
It's the gods, not me.
Sorry,
the gods want them dead.
Yeah, go kill the gods if you're mad.
I honestly thought they were going to shoot both of them with arrows at that point. I was like, oh, fuck.
It sort of felt like that.
Yeah, I was like, damn.
But they're hiding in their little castle, in their home. I don't know, what is it? What
a
is
little
it?
box seat.
If you're an emperor, where do you stay?
The palace.
The palace, yes, you stay in the palace. And they're both like, oh no, what are we going to do? Brother, what are we going to do?
What are we going to do?
And then tiny brother's like, he always lies. And he's got his little monkey.
Yeah, his little monkey.
And then Denzel talks little brother into killing big brother.
Yeah, he's like, you gotta kill him.
And he's like running up to him, trying to stab him.
That
He's
part
like,
was wild. Oh, shit. That scared me to death. A car flew right at us. It was very scary.
This is a reminder. if you're... Now, I know this reminder because I've parked in a lot of parking spots in my life. And I have many dents in my car because of it.
Oh, God.
But you don't have to go fast.
You really don't.
Now, if you get out onto the areas where there's just a street and it tells you to go like 4 miles an hour, you don't have to do that. That's stupid.
Yeah.
But where the other cars are,
you
should go a little slower.
Just a little bit.
Just go a little slower because there's other cars there.
Especially when there's tons of open spots. You don't need to fly at a car that's parked and then last second veer away. I thought for a moment we were going to have a pod where like in the video, like everything gets like hit.
That'd be pretty cool. I mean, we need to go viral.
That's it.
And getting hit by a car. Maybe I should do a podcast walking in the middle of the street.
Until you get
until I get hit. And then I'll go viral.
Money.
Yes.
And virality.
Yes.
That could really boost your career.
Hey, y'all, boost us.
Boost us.
Follow us around. Hit us with a car.
Like us with a car.
If we're recording video. If we're just doing audio, don't bother because nobody cares.
Nobody gives an S about nothing these days, and especially not audio.
But Denzel, this is back when a little brother is about to kill big brother.
Yes.
Denzel comes up behind him. He grabs him by the hand, and they both cut his head off together.
While the tall emperor's like, help me.
Please.
Yeah. I love, because when the little brother first comes up, the tall one's like, he puts out his hand, put it down, and then the brother slashes his fingers, and he's like, oh, God.
What the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, that was crazy. I did not see that one coming.
In general, I just liked almost every time there was fighting.
Yeah, it was well
I
done.
thought the fighting was cool.
Yeah, they
and good.
showed it most of the time.
Acacious.
Oh.
Now, I know this is definitely probably going to be a hot take.
Oh.
But I often don't care that much about Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, he's just kind of middle.
He's fine.
Seems like a nice person.
But I think he's kind of good in this.
Yeah, I thought he did a good job.
It's also cool to hear him do like a really funny voice.
Yeah.
I am a general of Rome.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, cool.
Right.
And then he does a battle where they're basically trying to kill him.
Yeah.
And he's like, what if I didn't die?
Yeah, what if I didn't?
And he kills 4 of his soldiers. And afterwards, he's like crying.
Yeah.
He's like sad that he killed all the soldiers. But the little battle's really cool.
Yeah,
he
that was
slashes some
awesome.
people. He like pulls a man towards him and so that he falls on the sword. He does really cool stuff like that.
Yeah, he does a great job. And I honestly think he probably could have beat Hato if he wanted to.
Easily. Yeah, that is one of the cool things about it is that he's like kind of beating his ass.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm not going to fight you.
Yeah. If I kill you, my wife will not let me live it down.
I gotta like that. And they'll probably still kill me anyway, so I should just
who cares?
Chill out. It does suck that he has a giant army waiting and he dies. It's like, dang it.
It's a pain in the ass. But luckily, Lucius.
Lucian?
Lucian?
I think it's Lucian.
Lucian?
Lucian.
Laoshan? Lotion?
Lotion.
He is like, hey, bring that army over to my place.
Army over.
And then they do some stuff.
I mean, that was one of my favorite bits when they send out Lucian to protect his mom because she's a traitor.
Yeah.
After they've discovered the plot
that is a good bit.
to destroy Rome, which I found interesting. Well, I guess Denzel needed to be able to kill the lady, so he was like, I'll ruin their plot first.
Yeah.
Which, that was fun. But
lots of fun.
They send Lucian out, and there's no way that he could have ever beaten this scenario. There's like 50 guards.
No
coming
chance.
to fight. And they're like, all right, protect your mom.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Lucian has all of his gladiator friends that he released earlier.
Yeah.
Which that was a great scene.
Yeah, really
Seeing
kicks
them
ass.
kill all the people controlling them. That was fun.
I thought of one of my fourth favorite things about the movie. Fifth, sixth,
Seventh,
second.
third.
There's a moment right when Acacius gets back from war, and he's like, "Hey, I had a great time doing the war thing. I'd love a break."
Mm-hmm.
And both, like tall emperors, like, we have to get a lot more places.
Yeah.
And he puts a sword to his neck and like even slices him up a little bit.
Ooh.
And he's like, "Well, I would just like to, there's so many Romans. Shouldn't we feed them?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then little emperor goes, "Let them eat war." And it's like really just some genius stuff.
Yeah, just fun.
Like that kind of stuff is like, okay, well, this movie isn't exactly about something, but it's sort of about something. Yeah.
Sort of, kind of.
I mean, Let Them Eat War is like, yeah, we get it.
They're baddies.
They're bad boys.
They're not good,
And
they're not
maybe-
good for the people.
Maybe war is bad.
I have a feeling that it is. I keep getting these
Maybe war is bad.
feelings. I'm like, we shouldn't be doing this.
I don't know why.
Yeah, killing, I don't know, it just seems bad.
Any final nice things to say before we start really laying into this motherfucker?
I like the opening credits with the painted.
yes!
They repainted scenes from Gladiator 1.
It looks really cool.
And anytime someone has their eyes opened, it is scary as hell.
It is really
It's like, oh,
creepy.
God.
Yeah.
Which it kind of mirrors the sculptural traditions of the time. The garish, bold colors of the eyes, the piercing irises. I forgot what they were called. And, the iris is the black part. No, or the pupil's the black part.
Yeah, what is the
iris?
iris?
Is the color.
Yeah.
Right? Whatever.
Hey.
You get it. Anyway, it looked freaky.
Get off my fucking back.
Yeah, get out of here.
We're even watching this.
I
Fuck
talk about
off.
movies, folks. I'm not a doctor.
Yeah.
An eye doctor.
If I knew shit, I wouldn't be on this podcast.
I'd be out in the fields,
Yes.
embracing nature, rubbing my hand against wheat.
Yeah. This family, father and son, they love to
it.
touch wheat.
They love it.
Motherfucker, it's time to touch wheat.
There was a lot of funny, like, well, I'm his son, so clearly I would also be doing this. It was kind of funny. I'm like, I don't know if that's exactly
Hey,
how
listen, it's in our DNA to touch
our
wheat.
DNA, man.
I was born to touch wheat. I was born.
Ain't life wheat?
Father, speak to me. Tell me to touch wheat.
I did like that scene with a freaky sky.
Oh, yeah, that kicks ass.
It's
yeah.
like a day for night shot, and he like walks into the Coliseum.
And he like touches his mother's blood.
Yeah, and he's like, "Mom,
Mother.
Which it's like, who knows whose blood?
Yeah,
there's so
a lot
much
of blood.
blood.
But still.
And then he sits down, and then it shows like a shot up at him while he's like sitting there, and the sky's like this like crazy
Bluish,
sunsetty,
purplish
purple, or maybe
clouds
the sun
flying by.
raising. Yeah, it looked wild. I was like, whoa, this is
It's
interesting.
really cool.
And then they cut to the father
Speak to me.
touching the weed again.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bookends,
wow.
baby.
Bookends, baby.
But can't all be good.
It can't. It really can't.
Mampy.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, GLAD2ATOR, but you're about to get your ass kicked.
Ripped.
What's the worst thing about this movie?
My low main of the picture, the worst part of the movie for me,
Yeah?
there is a scene that felt very much like they were like, this audience is the dumbest group of people you've ever seen in your
That's
life.
true.
We have to literally spell everything out for them or they're not going to be following the plot. And it
Yeah.
is unfortunately between my dear friend Denzel Washington and this other guy, and they're very drunk.
Oh, yes, they are.
And it just, Denzel's doing great, of course, but
Yeah.
it's just so needless. And they're like, well, if the boy was 12 when he left, then I guess he would be. And the scene just even cuts off because they're like, this is so stupid.
Yeah.
It just doesn't even feel like it's in the movie. Like, it feels so I was like, this is pulling me out. This was like,
This is unnecessary.
this is improv. Like, what is going on? Like,
Yeah.
it was barely acted, at least by that other dude. I was like, what is happening here? And it just was dumb. I thought it was a really bad scene.
It makes no
Cut that
sense.
out. Take that out of the movie. Add back in the Palestinian actress you cut out or whatever the fuck's going on. And then, I really wonder what her character was. Apparently, she had a character. In
Oh, there was some character that they cut out?
Yeah, people were up in arms about it.
Oh.
And I was like,
I'm
I wonder
sorry.
what she was doing.
I'm
in the
sorry.
movie. It's crazy you can just get rid of a character and you're like, oh, no
Yeah.
clue what she would have been doing.
Where would she be standing?
What was she doing? Write in if you're the actress. We'd
yes.
love to know. We'd love to have you on the show.
Not to talk about Gladiator,
No.
too. But there's movies coming up we'd like you to talk
Yeah.
about. You come see the greatest Christmas pageant ever with
Yeah,
us.
the greatest.
Or
Christmas
whatever other dumb shit they're coming
Red
out.
one. Oh, God.
Red One.
That's looking rough for me.
Was it Red One? I saw the poster finally, and it was made by the guy who did Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle,
I did not know that.
which was kind of fun, strangely.
Yeah, oddly.
But it didn't make me. Somehow it made me go, no, it will
I can't
still be bad.
imagine it will even do well.
It's been out for like a week, right?
Oh, it's already out. I didn't know. The budget I heard was insane too.
Oh yeah, it's like $250 million or something.
Insane.
Hey, good for them.
Good for them. You got a polar bear walking around.
You
Why
gotta
not?
get The Rock in more movies.
Yes.
He has to somehow when he's on wrestling, he has to be really charismatic and great. And then the moment he steps out of the WWE arena, he has to lose all of that and be like, me, I'm a regular guy.
I'm a regular guy.
I don't bother looking at me on the screen.
Ugh.
Please don't look at me on the screen. I'm The Rock.
Don't look at me. Is he one of the ones that has like he's actually a bad guy or something secretly?
I'm
Signed
sure
the
he
list of I suck actors like all these other people. You know, I
Maybe.
saw a picture. My friend sent me a picture of him as Maui in the live action Moana, and I was like, they're really doing this?
Mm-hmm.
They're doing the live action How to Train Your Dragon. I mean, these are different companies, but I'm
Yes.
just like, what is going on? What's happening?
It's really strange.
I don't get it.
It's deeply strange.
And in How to Train Your Dragon, they just did the same dragon as from the.
Oh yeah, the
CG.
dragon looks
I was like,
almost the
what?
same. Yeah,
They didn't make it look like a real dragon.
it's especially weird because
Real,
like
I guess.
20 years ago, it's probably like 25 years ago now. They remade Psycho.
Yeah.
Gus Van Sant made a very, very, very similar version of Psycho, and people were like, "What? This is the dumbest thing anyone has ever done.
Yeah.
This is fucking stupid."
Yeah. Why?
And then they're doing these now, and everyone's saying the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But at least like that Psycho remake was just kind of a huge failure.
Yeah.
But this one where they're like, you know how there's this like beautiful art in The Lion King, like, oh, it looks so
Oh,
cool,
amazing.
and there's great songs, and it just looks amazing, and they're like, yeah, but the lions don't look like real lions.
They need to look real.
Wouldn't that be great?
The Lion King being called live action, the newer one, is hilarious.
They
It's like,
say it for
what?
everyone.
Yeah, what part
They say
of
it for
this
every
is
fucking one.
real?
It's really insane.
Very odd. Even I love Lilo and Stitch, but I don't need it to be.
Fuck no. Fuck no.
It's so dumb.
It's so fucking
I'm
stupid.
very confused. In
Every
this
time
era.
though, they're like, you know, the art is so cool and great, and you really love the characters.
But we just don't want any of that.
What if we got different people to play the characters you
Yeah.
love?
Worse performances.
Yes.
It looks worse. Doesn't really make any sense anymore.
Yeah, it's needless.
Needless. Completely needs. You know exactly where it's going.
Yeah.
But I'm really gonna make it my own by having real people in it.
Yeah.
Doing the exact same things.
I'll add a rap by Aquafina.
Yeah, that'll really help.
You know how Aquafina is the thing you like the least about the world? That, like, other than war and rape, Aquafina is the worst thing about the world. Her and, who's the male Aquafina?
Oh, Kumail.
Yeah, Kumail Nanjiani. We need to find white versions of that so I don't look so bad.
It sucks because I know in their hearts they're creatives. Just
Yeah.
like us, they wanted to soar. They wanted to achieve great
Yeah.
heights. But with that comes the downside of it. We've all had to do it.
You rap in the goddamn Little Mermaid movie.
You audition for horrible
I'm a bird,
stuff.
I'm a bird, I'm a birdie bird.
It's unfortunate, but then you go, well, they're making tons of money. I believe they are
for
now open to scrutiny.
Yeah.
I think it opens you to
Absolutely.
scrutiny, and I think that's okay.
Who's the white Aquafina, so I don't feel so bad?
The white Aquafina.
Is it like Chris Evans now or something?
He's getting there.
It's sad.
I know.
It's really sad about
For
that
me,
guy.
it's Double R. I don't want to upset the Deadpool fans, but I can't.
He
get
is
into
absolutely the white
it. I can't get
Aquafina.
into
Yeah,
it. I'm sorry, guys.
he really sucks.
There was a time where I was like, okay, he's all right, and then I think you just get too much. It's like, all right,
If you only do one thing
yeah, just one.
and you do it over and 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 over, and like even like Al Pacino and people we love,
Here you go. All
once
right.
he started doing the same thing over and over and over, it's like, well, just quit it.
You gotta stop.
And Pacino's thing is a lot less annoying.
yeah,
Like when something is like kind of funny and kind of annoying, and you do it over, it teeters way over into annoying.
yeah. It's like this ain't working for me.
You can tell that Gladiator's pretty good since we just transitioned out of saying bad things about it
That's really the
to
only
making fun of other movies.
thing. I mean, yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, I think that's it. I wasn't that gripped by the main character.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay,
Yeah,
now he's got me. But
It is weird. He does slowly get better.
yeah, it is interesting.
And I don't know why. I don't know if it was a decision or just something weird that happened. But
Yeah.
he does get more exciting as he goes. Though the fights are always cool. Like, he's
Yeah,
cool in the
he is
fights.
good at the fighting.
And I think he has a lightness in the moments when there are humor that is really cool.
Yeah.
When he like does little jokes in between his speech parts are really good. But yeah, he doesn't get much to do, or he doesn't do anything for a little while.
And there's a lot of like, it almost feels like a extended Game of Thrones episode sometimes, like stealing away in these secret conversations and stuff.
Yeah.
But I still had a great time. Also, always send your servants away. They're always listening and
You
want
can't
the worst
trust
for
your
you.
servants.
Anyone you treat like a servant does not like.
Yeah.
Come on. So that I was like, why are they talking about
It's
this?
too bad because, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how they treated servants back in the days.
Yeah.
But it seems like if you're like the servant of a queen, your life's not that
Not
bad,
that,
right?
Comparatively.
I mean, you're not like one of the people just sitting on the side of the road laying on rocks,
yeah.
like asking for food, yelling food
Man, that must be
with
brutal.
boils on your face.
I would just food. I mean, you have to at a certain point go like, this has never worked once. I have to stop doing this.
They don't care about my plate.
They're not heroes. Hello.
Okay, so my lo mein,
Yeah.
my lo mein is like unnecessary things,
Yeah.
and the main one is like for, I don't know, 40 minutes they like try to convince us that maybe Haddo isn't Russell Crowe's son.
Yeah. It's like, what are we
And you're like, he is.
yeah, he just is.
Otherwise, the story, like, and also Mom, like,
Yeah.
she is necessary to like make the story go forward.
Exactly.
But when she's in a scene, she doesn't do anything.
yeah,
She
she's
just kind of goes, "I love you, my son."
Even when she's showing emotion, she's kind of like not
Yeah.
that.
She's
that
like
convincing.
a little bland.
Yeah, I would say so.
She was too bad.
Hey, she's probably like, I didn't even want to act anymore for the rest of my
Yeah.
life, but I'll do it.
Hey, do you want $1 million?
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Okay.
Fine.
All right.
Sign
If
me
I
up.
have to. It must be nice though.
Yeah. Oh, I would be in Gladiator too.
That must be one good thing about like the totally cyclical and circular nature of movies is that like if you happen to get into a movie and it happens to be a hit,
Yeah.
then you get to live your life on that.
Yeah, you just keep doing.
You just know, like, okay, well, sometime in the next 20 years, I'll get to make another $1 million on this.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's really well received, which I thought this was like, one of the better of like the sequels to an older.
Yes,
because usually
definitely.
they bring them back and you're like, why are we doing this again?
Yeah.
But this one did a good job. I think it propelled the story forward.
Yes, it moves.
Yeah, exactly.
It moves,
which is nice. Yeah,
and it's just like, well, okay, any Gladiator movie is going to be like Spartacus, or it's going to be some remake of that, and even Gladiator is sort of a Spartacus thing, and they're all kind of Spartacus movies. But I just like when people do sword fights, and they're like, what's cool is animals.
Yeah,
big vicious animals is cool.
Big. I'm glad. I was glad that they showed a tiger. But they didn't bring the tiger back into a fight. They were just like, look, we did the tiger already.
That's true. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Because the bad version of this is like they just do the same scenes.
Yeah. All of the
Like,
scenes are the exact.
okay.
There's another guy. There's a guy with the mask now that has 2 tears.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, shit.
And at least they were like, okay, wheat. What if it's just wheat in a bowl?
Yeah.
Instead of just having him walk through a field.
Also,
it's like, thank God that they made that one step.
Yeah, because that would have been too much. I mean, honestly, even showing the wheat hands again, I was like, we don't need this.
Yeah.
But whatever. I'm glad he didn't show up behind him CG like, hey, what's up?
Hey, son.
It's my son. But yeah, I thought they did a way better job. I mean, we brought up Romulus. I'm glad they didn't go as heavy-handed with references and stuff.
I'm so glad.
That was too much.
I'm so glad.
But it was still fun. I just had a fun time with that one.
Romulus rules. Sorry, I hate to say it, but it rules.
It's just fun.
It's really scary.
If I could take out some stuff, I would, but
you can't.
I'll wait till I have the copy in my hands and I can edit it myself.
Yeah.
Just take out all those scenes.
I'd be happy to play the science officer.
Yeah, we should just green screen you on top of his footage.
Sure.
In front of it.
It would go viral, baby.
We just have you. How could we do it? We'd have to have him flip. Once they flip the body up to where they show the face, your face is and you do. I mean, it would be a better movie. I think, regardless of your performance, it would be.
Oh yes, yes. Just simply.
That was a bad choice.
And all you do is cut off the bitch.
Yeah.
When he says get away from her, it's not that bad.
Yeah,
it's
just
not that
get away
bad
from her.
but it's just like.
It's a reference to aliens. Remember when she said it? That was bad.
That was bad.
2 really bad things. Rest I could live with.
But we can't only talk about bad things.
Especially not from Alien Rob.
Not from Alien Romulus, because it kicks ass. We have to talk about the Panda Express presents. Express yourself about the movies you watched this week. Play that movie. Theme song.
Ding 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 bing 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 ding 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 clank clonk clink. It's time for the Panda Express. Boop boop, because we got some things to express. Tink tink about the things we watched. Doot doot this week. Ba-da-ba-dum.
Tell me what you watched.
I watched A Little Lovely Picture.
As I look at my phone and go, what did I watch?
What the hell did I see?
What the fuck did I watch?
I had a moment. I went, did I watch anything? Yes, I did. I watched a little pleasant film called Tampopo.
I've heard such things.
It's amazing. I loved it personally. It's one of those movies where it has a main story, and then you'll just see a character walk by and the camera follows them, and it goes on a little vignette of them for a while. And I love stuff like that. Suddenly you're with a couple that mixes food and sex, and you're like, what is with these freaks? And then you're with people slurping noodles, and then you're with it's just so fun. I was like, this is just really delightful. And then you go back to the main story, and it's really great and sweet.
Is it Japanese?
It's Japanese. Tampopo.
You've been loving your Japanese lately.
I love it. Nihongo is great.
What is Nihongo?
Japanese. Nihongo. Nihongo des, I guess would be.
Nihongo des. Arigato.
Arigato.
That's the only thing I remember. Gozaimasu. Ohio.
And Tampopo means dandelion.
Does it?
And that's the name of the
that's
ramen
adorable.
chef. It's great. The whole thing is they get there. She's cooking ramen in her dead husband's ramen shop. and they're
Aw.
like, this ramen sucks. Let's help you become a good ramen. So it's great. It's just about her learning and finding.
That sounds great.
It's a really fun movie.
I like a nice food movie.
It's good. It's all about food.
There aren't a ton of good food movies, but there's some. There's an old one from like 80s called Babette's Feast.
Oh, I've not seen
It's
that.
really lovely. It's just she's like makes a feast,
Okay.
and it's really nice.
If you ever end up seeing Tom Popo, let me know, because I would like to discuss. There's an egg yolk scene. I won't say anything more.
I would love to see it. We can put it on a dealer's choice episode.
Yeah.
We can have ourselves a dealer's choice
Dealer's
episode.
choice.
Tweet at us at FoodCourtcast. When do you want us to watch Tom Popo?
When?
I've watched a few movies.
What?
But the only one I can remember is The Raid.
Oh, classic.
I hadn't watched this in a while.
Classic movie.
But I was drawn to it because they released some pictures of Tom Hardy
What?
in the new Gareth Evans movie,
Ooh.
Havoc, which is, I think, it's supposed to have been coming out like last 2 years
Oh,
or something.
wow. Okay.
Like they keep on saying,
Interesting.
"Oh, you can't wait for the new action movie from the
Havoc.
man from The Raid," and I go, "Yes, I can't
I
wait.
can't. Yeah.
I truly can't." So,
excited.
me and the boys watched The Raid, and it's really amazing.
It's such a good movie.
It's really, really amazing.
Raid
movie.
2 is great too.
Raid 2 is also
it.
great.
Is there a third raid?
No, sadly
Okay,
there
I've
is
never
none.
seen a third raid.
No, there isn't one. That's why you haven't seen
Yeah.
it. He got. It is especially sad because he made that. I think instead of making the Raid 3, he made that movie Apostle for Netflix, which is
Bad.
yeah. that's not
I
very
didn't
good.
like
It's
it.
not very good.
Just to be honest.
It's not
with
very
you.
good.
I was like, what the?
And our poor guy Dan Stevens.
He cannot catch a break. It sucks.
Poor bastard.
He just gets put in the worst stuff.
It's weird.
Except for The Invention of Christmas. If you're looking for a charming film, it might not be that good, but I had a good time with it. I was like, I'm actually having a good time with this.
Good movie. I like good movies.
Hey.
But The Raid, if for some reason, some strange reason, you haven't seen The Raid, one, I would beware of the version that's on Amazon.
Oh, no.
Because we were trying to watch it on that, because like we saw it go by and we went, oh, let's watch that.
The Raid.
But it was for some reason in Spanish
What?
and
Weird.
didn't have English subtitles.
Whoa.
Now, maybe I don't know how to use technology, but usually I can do like the simple stuff where I change the language and I
Yeah.
change the subtitles.
But it wasn't
like you
even
just
an
click.
option.
It didn't seem like it was. And I was like, well, almost all dubbing is worse.
Yeah.
Even if I
absolutely.
can't understand it, like the acting is just worse.
Yeah, way worse.
And especially because, like, I don't understand Indonesian, whatever they're speaking at all.
Yeah.
But, like, the way they talk is so cool.
Yeah.
There's lots of, like lots of weird, interesting guttural sounds.
Yeah.
So it's, like, a cool
It is a
language
cool
to listen to.
Yeah.
And so I just put in the Blu-ray. I owned the Blu-ray.
You gotta go with the Blu-ray.
But it was very weird. So be careful and then watch the movie, and it absolutely kicks ass.
yeah.
Like truly one of the all-time badass movies
Mm-hmm.
where people are getting shot in the head. They're getting kicked over the
Slashed,
railings.
Sliced.
There's one guy who gets his head smashed into a wall 6 times.
Oh my god.
All the way down the wall.
And there's a guy who's so sick that they. Well, this is kind of spoilery.
Spoiler.
I won't say it.
What happens? Which
They
guy?
Bring him back. He's not even the same character.
Oh,
He's just
Mad
that
Dog.
Good at
Yes.
playing-
Spoiler
Like,
alert.
wow. It's like, dang, that
I
is
can't
like-
remember that guy's
it's just
name.
Too good.
But he plays Mad Dog in the first one and some other guy in the second one. And he's
Someone
just
else.
fucking
Yeah.
cool.
It's just
One of the
great.
coolest guys ever.
Very good.
And another example of, like, you know, America, there's something, like, inherently wrong about America. Because, like, they can never make him work in a movie, and they can never make Iko Uwais really work in a movie. And, like, when they show up, there's that, do you remember did you see the awful movie that Iko was in?
Mm-mm.
It was like a Peter Berg movie, and he was with Mark Wahlberg. And I like Peter Berg a lot, but
Peterberg.
it's fucking sucks.
Peterberg. I never saw it.
And it's one of those things, I think we did an episode about it. I have no idea what it's called. I don't think you were on the episode.
Yeah, probably not.
But it fucking sucks. And it's such a huge disappointment because, like, there's like scenes where you can tell that Iko Uwais, who's in the raid, has done some cool stuff, but like the cutting is so bad that they like cut it into a bad stuff.
Yeah.
Like they're like cutting away from things that you want to see and like cutting way too much. Like he's so amazing and his body is so amazing and the way he moves his body and kicks people and throws people is so beautiful that you should let us see it.
Let us see his body.
I mean, that goes to show you.
I was happy with Gladiator 2 that they did not cut, like, they cut, but they didn't cut so much to where you're just like, what the fuck am I looking at?
Yes, it is not nonsense cutting.
Yeah,
It's
there's
just
a lot
like,
of, just let
there's
them fight.
plenty of cutting, but then they cut when people do things.
Clink.
Cut on action.
Cut an arm off.
Mampy,
Yes.
it's been such a pleasure.
What a delight.
We need lunch.
We must.
So we must say to you, the humble, lovable listener, bon appetit.